Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. So, I'm filming with Duriel this time, and I'm sorry we haven't been posting lately. We've been busy with school and stuff, but now that we have no school and it's summer, we don't have to worry about that. So, today we are going to be reacting
to scary animated videos by Llama Art. By the way, hey guys.
Yeah, and Llama Arts is a really good channel that posts scary animated videos like these, for example. So we're going to be watching this one.
Yep.
So yeah, let's get started. Sorry if it loads a little slow.
Yeah.
Full screen.
Alright, let's get ready. Get your snacks ready.
I was 17 years old and I worked at the local library in my city. The library was located in the middle of the city but was totally abandoned in the evenings. I only
Looks
worked
nice.
in the evenings when all the older staff had already gone
Yep.
home. My
Perfect time to
colleague
drink
and
some
I were
coffee.
the only one left there that night. As it was the day before Christmas and a blizzard was going on outside,
I love snow.
not
Snow
one
looks
single
really cool.
customer
I've never
inhabited
been
the
in it.
building.
Yeah, me neither.
My colleague Thomas was down at ground level, while I was sitting at my desk on the top level. Normally, I would take the time to study, but it was the holidays and I was completely bored to death. The
Yeah.
library was recently renovated, so I could look outside through the big windows that they had put up. I mostly looked at the blizzard going on,
I think
thinking about my bike
Yeah, it
ride
really
home.
does. It
It
looks
was a
really
dark
nice so
December
far.
evening and the snow was piling up. I just really wanted to go home. It's really snowy out there, Tom. What do you say we close up early? No one's going to show up anyway. Over. Your jokes are funny. Over. Just 10 minutes before we closed,
Okay.
I heard some people coming up the stairwells. It was some kind of family. One man and a woman with two girls.
Oh,
They look
When they
scary.
came through the door, I knew
that looks like Abraham Lincoln from the 1950s. Oh my,
For real,
look
I
how
know,
they
right?
dress. They look like ghosts.
Their eyeballs.
Look how pale they are. They're kind of like pinkish too.
Yeah.
Like the mom is like pink.
Okay,
That's
so far it's getting kind of weird now.
Yeah, let's just begin again.
Yeah.
we saw that they weren't ordinary. The man had a pale, almost white
Yeah.
face
You
and
can
wore
see
red
pale.
lipstick. The woman was also completely pale. They all wore clothing
I don't
that
blame
used to
them.
be
They
in
do
the
look scary.
17 or 1800s.
Yeah, I know.
I
Adrian.
just had my history exam, so I recognized it immediately. While I walked towards them, I saw that they were looking around as if they were lost. Can I help you folks? I asked them. They looked at me with big eyes, if I was talking Chinese.
They can't
I almost
talk.
thought about
What?
bailing, but as we just had a
What?
meeting about customer satisfaction, I asked again, a bit louder. Can I help you folks? They now all
The kids are
looked at
smiling.
me with a
They're
big
all
smile and
smiling.
large eyes.
So
Totally freaked out.
before he asked them like if he could help them, and they just like said nothing with like a straight face. They didn't know what he was saying. Then he said it louder.
The second time.
The second time, then they were smiling, but they still haven't said anything.
They're smiling, and I realized that both the parents are wearing lipstick, and the kids both have bangs. So yeah.
Yeah, let's continue.
I didn't really know what to do anymore. If I can help you, I'll be at my desk, I said, and I quickly walked away. When I was at my desk, I could still see the family just standing there.
They look like ghosts.
Absolutely
They do.
nothing.
Like, look at the way they're moving.
Tom,
Walking back and forth.
have you seen this family that just came in? Over. No, no one's come through the entrance. You good? Over. Now I was
Wait,
even more
are they
freaked
actually
out.
ghosts?
When I looked up, I saw the man walking towards
Wait,
me.
hold on. They could actually be ghosts.
Has
Because the guy said that
Tom?
he didn't see anybody come in through the
But
entrance.
the other guy saw it, so they might be ghosts just in his in his eyes. He can only see them.
Yeah,
Look, they look angry.
they
now.
look angry now.
Look, the
Well,
kids. He
He does, but like they just look like shocked.
From the inside, I could almost cry, but I did my best not to show it. The man stood in front of me with his pale face and called out something in a language I couldn't understand. It sounded like
Looks like a
English,
heart, like what he has
but
on
it
his
wasn't.
lips. Like, look.
I couldn't make out anything. I looked down at my computer to make it look like I was searching, hoping he would just take off. When I finally looked up, nobody was there. The
They're
whole floor
ghosts.
was
Can he
abandoned
like
again.
teleport or something? Because there's no way that somebody
Sleeping
could just like
floor.
move that
I
fast.
found nobody,
Unless they're like really
as
fast.
if they just vanished. Just then, my colleague came up the stairs, and I
I'll
told him
leave
what
that
happened.
job.
He didn't believe me, and I
Definitely.
thought I was trying to scare him. Luckily, there were security cameras in the library, so we could just watch what happened, right? After we closed the library, we went to the security
Yeah,
office
watch
of the
them not to
building
be
and
there.
looked at the footage from
I know.
earlier that evening. What I saw then was the creepiest thing ever. I was talking to nobody.
Oh my
The
god.
whole family wasn't on the screen.
They're
Yo,
ghosts.
they're ghosts, bro.
Now he looks crazy to his little like friend, cause there's nobody there.
But as we saw like in the previous scene that there was actually people there,
So
so they might actually be
It was
ghosts.
just me, talking
Yeah.
to myself.
wow.
Wow. All right.
So that was a pretty scary story. So like we're gonna move on to the next one. Let's see what this one is about. Credits to Llama Arts for this video again.
The roommate.
Ooh, I love roommate stories.
Same.
Looking for a new roommate is always a daunting task.
These always
Even
turn
though
out
you
bad.
interview and take the time to get
Yep.
to know that person, you don't truly find out who they are until you start living with them. I had begun searching for a roommate after I decided to leave my current residency. I was contacted a couple of hours after placing an ad on the Facebook Marketplace. The message read,
Hey
Oh,
Chris, I'll be
I
moving out
watched
of my
this
current
episode.
apartment this August,
Wait,
and I'm looking
I
for
haven't.
someone new,
So
as my roommates are moving to California this year. I'm 27 and I'm currently going to school. When I'm not at school, I enjoy hiking and watching movies. I also apprentice at a taxidermy shop on the days I don't have class. Hope that's not weird.
yeah, roommate
It's always
stories.
been a fun
There's
hobby.
always something.
Anyway,
weird.
I'm looking forward to hearing.
Also, if you guys don't like creepy stuff or like stuff like about like blood or something, you should click off this video because it might be sensitive.
Yeah, it might. So
Yeah.
Yes, you gotta be careful.
Have a great day, Lynette.
My first and most obvious reaction after reading the message was to check her profile. She was of medium height, had long, messy blonde hair and green eyes.
Oh, she looks nice.
In her profile
He
picture,
does,
I
right?
saw her standing with a man and a woman, shoulder
Right.
to shoulder. They each adorned goofy grins and held up peace signs. Under the photo, the caption read, "Love my roommates." I smiled to myself and decided to send her a message back. The sun
She
beat
looking
down
at
on
him?
us as we hoisted various objects to the second floor of our new apartment. It took us a couple days to get everything out of the moving trucks and into our new place, but
Actually,
as soon as we did, a wave of relief washed over our sweat-drenched and
guys, be careful of doing this online because they could, when you meet them, they could be somebody totally different and they might like hurt you or
Yeah.
harm you in any way. So make sure you be careful and make sure you roommate with people you know.
Please, yes.
our bodies. After a couple more hours of rearranging, we each grabbed a beer from the fridge and sat on the porch. We reminisced about old 90s cartoons and what video games we obsessed over as kids. And as the sun started to set, I truly felt relaxed and confident that things were going to work out. A week later, I started a new job for a construction company that was owned by a good friend of mine. As I was getting ready, I heard the front door swing open. I walked into the living
What?
room to see Lunaire and her friend David sliding in a large box. "What you got there?" I
Oh.
asked. Through a strained
Yeah, that does
look,
look
she
pretty heavy.
replied,
I bought a freezer to store some of the animals I'm planning on using in my taxidermy work.
She's
I hope it's
Hunter,
alright.
I think.
I was obviously hesitant at first, as there was no mention of this happening in the first place, but I eventually accepted and returned to my room to continue getting ready for work. I came home at around 9 p.m. after having a couple of beers with friends and noticed that the freezer was nestled snugly in the lower part of the pantry.
And look at the floor, guys.
A low
Wait.
hum
What was that?
noticed that the freezer was nestled snugly in the
You
lower
see that
part
right
of the
there?
The
pantry.
trail. Hopefully
The
that's
low
just a light
hum could be
reflection.
heard
Oh,
reverberating.
it could be.
off
Oh,
the
it was the light
walls.
reflection.
Okay, okay.
I was curious to see what was inside, but didn't want to intrude on Lunaire's business, so I went into my room and changed into more comfortable clothing. After changing, I came back out to the kitchen and
What?
started making
It looks
a
like
sandwich.
blood.
I opened the fridge and grabbed what I needed. As I turned around, I stubbed my toe on the edge of the island countertop and let out a long exam.
I hate when that happens. It just hurts so bad.
Ugh.
I hate that.
Through my frustration, I slammed the fridge door shut and checked my toe to see if there was any bleeding. As I raised my head back up, I was greeted by a shadowy figure. Lunaire
What?
was standing in the doorway leading to her room.
Lunaire?
The darkness behind her almost seemed to envelop her.
Is everything okay?
Oh my
She
god.
said in a deadpan
She's
tone.
possessed.
Shit, yeah, I'm sorry. I just slammed my toe into the corner of the countertop as I was making a sandwich. I hope I didn't wake you,
It's fine.
she said, in the
She
same
doesn't look
deflated
fine.
tone as before.
She doesn't look okay.
She then turned around and walked back into the darkness of her room. I could tell that she was pissed.
The way
so
she
I quietly
slammed that
made my
door.
sandwich and retreated back to my room as well, only hearing the low hum from the freezer as I closed my door. I had the next day off, so I was able to sleep in a little longer than usual.
Does anybody realize that he only has like 4 toes? Like on each foot?
When I finally emerged from my room,
That's
I
funny.
walked into the kitchen to make breakfast. As I opened the refrigerator, I noticed that the light wasn't turning on and there was a lack of cold air escaping from inside.
Yeah, I
I
know.
turned around and flipped the light switch to confirm my suspicion. Sure enough, the power was out.
Oh, the power went
Damn
out.
it, I muttered under my breath. I walked over to Lunaire's room and knocked on her
Don't
door
do
to tell her about
that.
the power outage if she didn't already know. But there was no answer.
Maybe she.
I then remembered that she had classes that day
Oh,
and
okay.
probably wasn't home. I walked back to the kitchen and past the pantry. As I
There's a
did,
lock
I
on
slipped on the floor but was able to catch myself
Wow.
on the countertop.
Something
What the-
nice happened.
I
in this
angrily
kitchen.
exclaimed
Oh,
as I
it's
looked down at the
stubbing
floor
his
trying
toe,
to figure out what I had slipped
slipping.
on.
What's next?
It was blood, and
Blood.
it started to leak
Wow.
from the corner.
Wow, there's blood on the floor. Yeah, that's not scary at all.
The
That's just
freezer
annoying.
pooled
Oh,
onto
it's
the
coming out of the
floor.
freezer.
Wow.
I quickly tried to open the freezer to find out the cause of the viscous liquid,
Lock.
but then I noticed that it had a padlock attached to it. I don't remember
Guys?
seeing that before.
What
Once
are you-
again, click off if
I
you're
ran out to my
What
car
are you
and grabbed
hiding?
my toolbox from the back seat. I
You can
approached the
open it.
freezer and set my tools down on the nearby countertop.
Watch her just open
I
her
then
door
pulled
and
out a
stare
small
at the
pair of
I know.
bolt cutters and snapped through the metal of
I'm
the
going to
padlock.
hide under the
It
desk.
fell to the ground with a large thud.
screen.
I creaked open the top of the freezer and was greeted with a putrid stench that
Ugh,
permeated
whoa.
my nostrils. I quickly pinched my nose and walked away gagging in response. I guess I should have realized that was going to happen, I muttered to myself in between gags. After gaining my composure, I grabbed some gloves from under the sink and started taking inventory. I could see a couple of dead birds in
Oh.
plastic
Oh
bags
my.
wedged
I would never kill animals.
What?
in the corners of the freezer.
That's
I
messed
took
up.
each bag out and
There's
set them
dead
in a
animal-
trash can nearby.
She's
That's
when I noticed
disgusting.
that the blood was coming from the corner of the larger black bag.
Ooh,
I don't know why.
Oh my
I
god.
decided to open the top of the bag.
What is
and
wrong
peer
with this
inside.
woman?
I was
What did she
greeted
do
by
to
large,
this-
milky white eyes, a swollen
it's a human.
Wait, she froze?
Yeah.
tongue surrounded by
Oh
cracked
my
and
God.
bloated lips, and the matted hair of a
She
human head.
froze.
I swiftly dropped the bag and fell
Oh my
backwards
god,
on the
he's
floor.
pale.
My breathing had ceased to exist, and I grabbed the trash can next to me and expelled my disgust
Yeah.
into it.
Same.
Yeah, I would.
I then
Vomit
ran to
too.
the door, got into my car, and called the police.
Yeah,
As I
you
sat in
better
the
drive
interrogation
fast
room with
and
a blanket
far.
over my shoulders, I couldn't help but think about the face I'd seen. It looked so familiar. That's when
Yeah.
it finally hit me.
You know who it was?
I pulled out my phone and looked at Lunaire's profile picture. It was her old roommate, the one
Oh
she
my
said was
God.
moving to California. When the detective entered the room, she started the questioning process, asking me if I started noticing any weird behavioral occurrences around the apartment. Yeah, I stubbed my toe the other day, and she creepily stood in the doorway. It seemed like she was pissed, but for some reason I had a strange feeling like she was concerned about something.
Probably.
That's when I connected the dots. She didn't come out to the kitchen because she heard me stub my toe. She came out into the kitchen because she thought I slammed the freezer instead of the fridge. A cold sweat started to form on my forehead as my surroundings became blurred.
Wait, that
I could
actually
hear
makes
low whines
sense.
slowly
Yeah.
starting to cover up the words of concern from the detective. As my vision started to clear, I could see another officer enter the room and whisper something into her ear as he handed her a piece of paper.
I wonder what that was
Do
that he
you
was saying.
have somewhere you could stay at? She asked. I mean, I was planning on staying with my parents. They live about 30 minutes outside of town.
Well,
Okay, she paused. Listen, I don't want to worry
Wait,
you,
sorry.
but we found this picture.
He was probably the next roommate that she was gonna kill.
yeah. Wait, that makes so much sense.
She slid the piece of paper across the table, and I immediately felt like someone kicked me in the chest.
What does it say?
The head of Claire's other roommate. Out on the
Oh
chair.
Roommate, love my roommate, all of them.
Oh my god.
Background scroll.
And there's a head on the chair.
Wall with blood. Red.
Guys, if you have anxiety and you don't like this kind of stuff, please click off the video.
Or like any kind of like thing about blood, like if you don't like it, just
Left my roommates.
Wow.
All of them.
Guys, I think we're gonna end the video here.
yeah.
This was a lot. This was scary.
I know. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you subscribe, like this video. I hope you come back for our next video. Bye.
Bye.